Hello and welcome back. So today we're doing calculating the scale factor of similar figures. If you were here in class, you already saw our live notes because we did them together, but this way there's a recording up for it. Expectations. Here you go. Use twice the video's length. Make sure you're pausing. I'm going to try a little different thing, so let me know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And pause and rewatch. Here's our after the video. So scale factor is going to be page 7 for us, or whatever page number you're on right now. So page 7 for scale factor. So moving to page 7, 6, 7, there we go. Okay, I figured I would make out the outline already. So on your paper, we have a title, we have the learning target. We're going to define 2 different words or terms, and then we're going to have 4 examples. So set up your paper, and we will get started. All right, so similar figures, those are figures with, remember this is with, the same shape, but different sizes. And 2 things, this is an H, and 2 things to think about with this one. Their angles are the same, and their sides are proportional. So pause here and get that definition down. Scale factor. This is the ratio of corresponding sides of similar figures. And you already know what a ratio is. Corresponding means they align with each other, and you're going to see that in our first example. And then similar figures, so if I had a triangle, this is a triangle, if I scale it up, so using a scale factor, then it's a similar triangle. Everything, the angles all stay the same. The sides grew by that scale factor. Or I could shrink it. All the angles stay the same, but the sides are proportional because you're using a scale factor. So in our first example, I'm going to draw 2 triangles, a small one and a big one. And we're going to label the sides. This is example 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in example 1, we're going to label the sides 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 8, and 12. I'm going to get 3 colors out. There we go. Okay, so this side here is going to correspond to which side on the large triangle? The 4. Now I did purposely write these and draw them so they looked similar in their placement. We're going to get some later that are rotated. So this 1 corresponds to the 4. What does 2 correspond to? 8. And then 12 or 3 and the last pair, yeah, 3 corresponds to 12. You got it. Woo! Okay, so then looking at these, we can figure out what our scale factor was for each pair of sides. So on the 1 to the 4, remember, we're only multiplying and dividing. Proportional is only multiplication and division. We're not adding and we're not subtracting. So 1 times what makes 4? Times 4. Let's check all our other corresponding pairs. So 2 times what makes 8? Times 4. And then 3 times what makes 12? Times 4. All 3 of these corresponding pairs are being multiplied by 4. This means that our scale factor is 4. SF stands for scale factor. So this tells us the scale factor is 4 and that these are similar. Go my phone. I'm not editing anything out. Okay, they are similar shapes or similar figures or similar triangles if you want to be specific. Okay, example 2. Let's draw. Maybe I'll do better than I did in class. Yeah, it's a little better. It's not really better. Okay. This side is 5 centimeters. This side is 4 centimeters. This side is 12 centimeters. And this one is 8 centimeters. Okay. So drawing these shapes, pause. Now we're going to look at them. So 5 centimeters corresponds to which side? The 12 or the 8? The 12. And one way to think about that is 4 is to 5, 8 is to 12. 4 is the shorter side, and 8 is the shorter side. So 4 has to correspond to 8, just as 5 and 12 have to correspond because they're the larger sides. Okay? Again, these top two would be corresponding, and these right two would be corresponding. Looking at these, what is the scale factor from 4 to 8? Multiply by 2. Okay? Now, if these are similar, their scale factors have to all be the same. So, is 5 times 2 equal to 12? No. So this tells us that they are not similar, which means there is no scale factor. All right, we're going to move on to example 3. So example 3, we're back here with triangles, and now I want you to look closely at what I'm doing. I'm trying to make these have an L, okay, and then I want, there we go. And we're going to label this one 25, 25, 40, 5, 5, 8. All right, so draw those triangles. And I want you to pause the video and think which pairs of sides are corresponding and which ones are corresponding to the others. Okay, so this right angle, that's what little box means, is right angle. So they both have 90 degrees right there, and their angles have to be the same for being similar. So we're on the right track so far. This 25, if I make an L and I rotate it around, that 25 will correspond with this 5. And then this 25 corresponds to the other 5 because they both have to make that right angle. And then the 40 will correspond to the 8, that last side that's left over. Now let's look at scale factors. So going from the large triangle to the small triangle, how do I go from 25 to 5? This is the same as dividing by 5. Now with scale factors, we typically use multiplication. So instead of saying divide by 5, I'm going to say, on all the others, I'm going to say multiply by 1/5. So dividing by 5 is the same as multiplying by 1/5. Now, do all 3 pairs of corresponding sides have the same scale factor? Going from big to little? Yes. So I'm going to say they are similar figures, and we know the scale factor is 1/5. If I was going from small to big, my scale factor would be 5. So this is going from big to small. If I was going small to big, the scale factor would be 5. So just know that and keep that in the back of your head. All right, last example. I want you to do this one all on your own. So we have 20 inches, 12 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches. Are they similar? Yes or no? Which sides correspond to which sides? And what's the scale factor if they're similar? Pause the video, figure it out. Your answer should be yes, they are similar. And your scale factor from big to small is divide by 4, so multiply by 1/4. And if you're going small to big, then you're multiplying by 4. Okay, so that is our end of our notes. Woohoo! Here's your after the video. Were you focusing? And reflect on that and have a great day.